Locomotion is boon to animal. We see plants moving and animal as well. But then when we move from one place to another, feel that change. But you are not able to see plants changing the place. And this movement which we animals show is called as the locomotion. And the reason behind that we are changing place, you will be wonder to imagine. It is possible because of the presence of a very important tissue in our body, and this is called as the muscular tissue. This tissue is present along with the organs of our body, thereby causing the movement of them. This muscular tissue, it is made up of cells, and these cells which make it is called as the myofibers or muscle fibers. They are present in the form of bundles. There are certain characteristics of this muscle cell. Number 1, they are elongated. Number 2, they can contract and relax. Number 3, they are able to respond to the stimuli. Due to this property of the contraction and relaxation, that the muscle shows the movement, and this movement is possible because of the presence of a special type of the protein known as the contractile protein. This protein, it contract and relax, thus causing the movement of that very body part. Actually, this protein change the shape, and due to which they show the contraction as well as the relaxation. Also, there are certain characteristics of muscle which was told earlier: contractibility, excitability, extensibility and elasticity. Here are certain facts which are related to muscle. Read them and they will amaze you also. Now we will be starting with that muscles. Now let us talk about the muscles. Muscle means movement, or you can say movement means muscles. There are 650 muscles present in our body. It means 40% of our body weight is constituted or made by the muscles. These muscles are present in the external or visible parts also, as well as internal body parts also. These muscles, they are categorized into the different types depending upon their structure, their location as well as their regulation. So on the basis of that, we divide the muscles are categorized into 3 types. Depending upon their location, they are categorized as skeletal, visceral and cardiac. Depending upon their appearance, they are categorized as striated muscle and non-striated muscle. And depending upon their regulation, they are categorized as voluntary muscles and involuntary muscles. These muscles are categorized skeletal, cardiac and the smooth muscle. Skeletal muscle is called as skeletal because it is present along with bone or skeleton. As this skeletal muscle, this has the function, as it is attached to the bone and the prime function is movement, they are responsible for the movement of bone or the skeleton. Other than that, it provides the shape to the body. Cardiac muscle, as the name suggests, this is a muscle which is located in the heart and responsible for the movement of heart. Third muscle is the smooth muscle. The name is according to the appearance it has. This muscle, it is smooth because if we look at the structure of it, inside of that it has no lines etc. are present. Inside area is the smooth one. So this will be discussing later on what is the structure of this very muscle. But here we have come to know skeletal muscle, smooth muscle as well as the cardiac muscle. This is how they look like in the diagram: skeletal, cardiac as well as the smooth muscle. Now we will be discussing one by one each muscle. The very first muscle is the skeletal muscle. It is also known as the voluntary muscle, and also it is called as the striated muscle. As just now told you, according to appearance, according to their location, and according to their regulation. So it has got three names. So what is the reason for calling it as a voluntary muscle? Let us take an example. If I move my hand in the upward direction, this is my wish. Even though you say or not, it's my wish to let it down or to move it here and there. And that is this muscle, it works according to wish of the person. Why it is called as striated? According to their appearance or the structure. If we look at the structure of this very muscle, it is cylindrical in the shape, and second, it is having the striations in between. These striations are present at intervals, and due to the presence of these striations, it has got the name as striated muscles. These striations are also known as the bands, and these bands at one place is congested and other place it is very little. So these band, if it is in a congested manner, called as the dark band, and the area where it is very little, this is called as light band. So there is an alteration of dark and light bands present, and we call it as the striations or striated muscle. As it is a cell, and the cell has a property, it has a nucleus. The nucleus which is present are many. So we call this muscle as multinucleate. But these nuclei are present at one periphery or in the periphery area, means on the sides of this very muscle. So what we read, cylindrical shape, presence of striations, multinucleate structure, and the nucleus, they are present in the periphery area. So this muscle is unbranched. So various locations where we are able to find this muscle as per the name skeletal muscle, it is present along with the bones. That means it is present in our limbs. Because it is a cell having a cytoplasm, the cytoplasm of this muscle is called as sarcoplasm, and the membrane, cell membrane, is called as sarcolemma. So we were talking about the locations. The locations of this muscle is in the limbs area, hand as well as legs. Also it is present in the tongue area and in the esophageal area. So these muscles show rapid contraction and relaxation, therefore get fatigued or tired also. These are certain characteristics of skeletal muscle told just now. Note it down in your notebook carefully, and also draw the diagram by looking at the slide and label all the parts which are mentioned over here, nucleus, striations, etc. Now is the next muscle, which is called as the smooth muscle, or it is also known as the involuntary muscles. The reason for calling it as involuntary, it means it is not working according to our wish, as it is present in the internal organs of our body. Internal muscle is also known as the visceral muscle. Visceral means viscera, that is the internal organs of our body, and those internal organs which are hollow in the structure. It means it is present in the wall of those organs like stomach, like the esophagus, like in the case of lungs, and arteries and the veins. In the walls of these very organs which are hollow, these muscles are present and help in the movement of these body parts, which are internal, and thus they are involuntary. It means they are controlled by our autonomous nervous system. Because it is present in the viscera parts of our body or internal organs of our body. And this muscle, now how does it look like? By making a diagram it would be clear. This muscle, it is spindle in the shape. Spindle, it means which is pointed from the two sides, upper as well as lower. And this muscle is being smooth, it means it has no striations which are present in between them. It is unstriated muscle because it is a cell, therefore it must have a nucleus, and the nucleus which is present in this very muscle is in the center, and only single nucleus is present, unlike the skeletal muscle which was multinucleated. And also, unlike that muscle, there in the skeletal it was in periphery, but here this nucleus is centrally located, present in the center of this very cell. This muscle is present in the form of sheaths. This very muscle being smooth or no striations, although it is not present, but there is the presence of long fibrils inside of this very muscle. Due to the presence of these fibrils or long fibers, they are helping it to contract as well as relax. So as per their location, they are found in the internal organs of body. As per their appearance, they are in the non-striated, and as per their regulation, they are involuntary muscles. So one more property about the smooth muscle is that they are very slow in the action. It means they remain contracted for the longer period of their wave of contraction is very slow and remain contracted for very longer period of time. This very property of the smooth muscle help the material to be pushed in the forward direction through the internal organs of our body. And now look at the slide and read out all the things about the smooth muscle and draw the diagram in your notebook, which is mentioned over here, which is labeled also. And also note down that this very muscle is also called as the visceral muscle, and the location where it is found in the various parts of our body. And write down all these points which are mentioned here in the slide, right in the notebook. Next is about the third muscle, which is called as the cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscle, it is also known as the heart muscle. This muscle, like that of the skeletal muscle, is cylindrical in the shape. But unlike the skeletal muscle, that was unbranched, but this is branched. And this branching help to connect one muscle cell with the another one. And this is, all these muscle cells are interconnected with each other. And the thing is, next is about, it is a cell, and the cells of the cardiac muscle, they are uninucleate, unlike that of skeleton that was multinucleate. And this nucleus, it is present centrally. And one more important feature of the cardiac muscle is presence of this intercalated disc. This intercalated disc help to separate or compartmentalize this muscle cell, thereby giving the appearance of uninucleated. This intercalated muscle, it is one purpose solved by that it spread the nerve impulse for the contraction of heart muscle throughout this uniformly. That is, the same impulse is traveling this throughout this muscle, and this branching also help in uniform contraction of the muscle of the heart, so that it is able to contract and relax rhythmically. Rhythmically, it means that the heart is able to contract and relax in the same very manner from the start to the end. So this rhythmically contract and relax. Another feature is that this muscle, it never get tired, although it is very fast in action, same as that of skeletal muscle, but unlike that get fatigued, but it never get fatigued. Even the smooth also never get fatigued. So this muscle is having the striations also, same as skeleton, but what is the difference? These striations are very faint, which are unnoticeable. Very faint striations are present or the bending is present in that case. If a question comes to you that name the muscle which never get fatigued, so answer is 1, that is cardiac muscle or the heart muscle. If one question comes to you, what is the function of the heart muscle? It is rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the heart. It is the function of that. If a question comes to you, where it is located in the wall of the heart. And what is the purpose of this muscle? It is helping to contract and relax the muscle, the heart, thereby pumping of the heart is done by this muscle there, which causes the circulation of blood. Now draw this diagram, which is a label diagram in your notebook, and write down the characteristic which was just told you and is given in this very slide also. And now one diagram which is showing the branching very clearly, and this is for the communication. This is the difference between the 3 type of the muscles which are given over here. You write all these characteristics and the differences in the notebook and